Have you ever played the Sims City series? It's one of my favorite series of all time. I remember playing 2000 when I was 8 years old. It always ended with me building an awesome city, then my sister coming in and deploying the spider monsters who proceeded to fuck up my carefully planned highways, also destroying 90% of the city. Anyways, the highways were the worst thing to lose though. But anyways, back on topic. A few days ago I was walking down the street and out the corner of my eye, bad joke, I saw an old game place. It was one of those generic trade and swap places you see every 10 seconds in the city, but what was odd was that I swear I'd seen it before. It wasn't a glaring what the fuck feeling so much as it was an odd sense of wrongness. As I passed it, I was actually in the market for a Pokemon Yellow cartridge. So while I was mildly afraid of being sold some secondhand piece of crap for $50 that didn't even work, I had been looking all over the place, and no stores had it in stock. The closest thing I've gotten so far was some asshat on eBay who had been promising for 2 weeks now that he would send me it, and that my postal service must have been delayed or something. So I decided to turn around and check it. From the inside, the place was more generic than it looked outside. The wallpaper was peeling near the floor, and patches were missing from the low ceiling. 3 rows of red shelves in the middle of the store held the old PS2 games and Xbox games. There were only a few, like 7 or something, Game Boy Advance games on the bottom shelf. But that's where I went first. Bomberman? No. Animal Crossing? No. Harvest Moon? No. Super Mario Brothers? No. SimCity 4? SimCity 4? The price was absurd. $30 if you're wondering. The box was banged up and grimy as it looked like someone had taken a Sharpie to the floor. But this was definitely it. I remember that I used to also be looking for this one, but I eventually had given up and eventually restarted my search. So I immediately snatched it up. The clerk was the final piece of the generic fest. A bored guy with a goatee and a dark shirt. I tried not to touch the black putty of what I assumed was year-old bubblegum on the back of the box as I handed it to him. He scanned the back of the box, even though the price tag was on the front, and announced the price was $45.69 with tax. I momentarily considered grabbing it and running. There weren't any security cameras, and it's not like this guy would be any use to call the police as a witness. He looked like he'd been shooting up heroin in the back or something. But I just grumbled and fished out 2 crumpled $20 bills and some coins. I put the dime I got in return in my pocket and walked out the door with the game in the white bag under my arm again.